And sometimes it's really hard to travel, everything that goes along with it, but the payoff is getting in that ring.
We have a question here from Darren, a super chat, so I'll throw it on the screen. Arn, I asked this of you a while back. I want to know if Brock has the same answer. Father and son in a shoot wrestling match today. Who wins?
It depends on the setting. If it's around the house, the old man will grab a foreign object and probably hit me at this stage. Because not too long ago, I had him on a blast double over the couch. And it's convenient that when he was teetering over that couch, my mom was yelling, "It's like, stop, his neck, his neck." But he had me down. I'm just getting the boots put to me. So that's some convenient shit, ain't it?
Oh, for sure. You are good, man. This is great. This adds a whole new dimension. I think we need to have Brock back more often, Arn. He's telling
Well,
all the inside stuff.
if I remember correctly, the answer was last time this was proposed. I admitted I can't handle the kid anymore. He is out of my range.
Yeah. Well,
But you didn't deny the foreign object aspect.
No, I have told you that I'll wait till you go to sleep and hit you with something.
Which is a crime. That's a criminal act.
That's
I love
probably
it.
something that would have to be, yeah, you would have to be arrested for that. That's like a felony, I'm sure.
I'm positive.
Oh man, this is good stuff. Let me see what else we got here. Daisy, oh, we have some more super chats. Darren Staley, he's opening up the checkbook tonight, guys. He's throwing some super chats in here. I asked this of Barn a while, but okay, we did do that one. Here comes another one. All right, let's see here. Well, let's throw this one on the screen. I have so many questions. I really need to know how Brock feels about cheese. We know Dad's out on cheese on a burger, and it's been well documented on this podcast. Where are you at with cheese, Brock?
You have to have cheese on it. Any kind of cheese. American, cheddar,
Munster.
Monterey Jack, Munster, jalapeno, the whole gimmick. You have to have cheese on it. Now, it's odd because Pops does like cheese in certain respects, but simply on the burger, he doesn't like it.
Mm.
On it, like pizza, he'll eat pizza. Sometimes he'll just eat the cheese and meat and onions and mushrooms off a pizza and leave the crust. So in that setting, he likes cheese, but not on a burger. I've never understood it. Just bacon, mayo, onions. That's
Here's
it.
here's the way I've explained it in the past. If everybody's memory will afford them to remember this, I just said I don't like cheese where it overwhelms the sandwich. Like if it's a ham sandwich or a turkey sandwich, cheese just doesn't fly for me on there. If it overrides the taste of whatever you're eating because the cheese overwhelms it, that's the issue.
So the commercial that says cheese, it makes everything better. So don't forget the cheese. You're out on that.
Disagree.
Huh.
It makes some things impossible to have without it, like pizza.
Okay.
Can't have a pizza without cheese. I just don't like extra cheese and some of those things of that nature that becomes the focus.
Daniel Thompson says, I'm right there with you, Arn. Daniel Thompson also says Brock Anderson versus Braun Breaker would be fire. Amy Vaughn says, yes, we need more Brock. So,
Thanks,
people are loving it. CG is up next. My buddy Charlie, he says, Brock, are you enjoying wrestling? And do you have an entrance theme? If so, what is it? Thank you in advance.
Of course, I'm enjoying wrestling. Of course. It beats every time I talk to one of my buddies. They have a 9 to 5 cubicle job. They say, "I envy you." And sometimes it's really hard to travel, everything that goes along with it. But the payoff is getting in that ring in front of those people and getting a reaction from them. So of course I love it. And what was the second half?
Entrance theme. Do you have a set entrance theme?
Not since I've left AEW. I don't
Okay.
have a set theme.
All right. CG also wants to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. He says, Arn, when Jim Crockett ran Starcade on Thanksgiving night, were you ever able to spend part of Thanksgiving at home with the family? Or Brock, what do you remember about Thanksgivings growing up? So Arn, I'll start with you. I know you were wrestling, and Brock was probably very young, if born at all, back in the Crockett days.
Well, it varied from year to year. There were some Thanksgivings that we would run an afternoon show and an evening show. Sometimes there were years where it was just in the evening, so we would actually get to have the meal at the house because it was usually Charlotte that they ran on Thanksgiving. So, I mean, it varied from year to year. I know that Christmas, there was always a afternoon show and then an evening show, but it was like the afternoon show was Greenville, maybe something you could get up with you had the little kids, you could do Santa in the morning, still make the afternoon shot, run down and come back. And now you were there for that evening, Christmas night, you were in Charlotte. So you would get to sleep in your bed. You wouldn't bitch about that because, you know, the thing that mattered and the only thing that mattered in those days, house was full, Christmas was going to be covered. No problem.
Yeah. Brock, first memories of Thanksgiving time, any special memories that you have as we start to approach the holidays growing up? I know one of the things I talked to about your daddy is some regrets about not always being around with the wrestling business, but what are some memories or thoughts that you have?
With me, he was around. I don't remember a Thanksgiving that he wasn't, but I do remember he would be, if he was on, if they had a house show loop, it would be Thanksgiving Thursday and he was out the next day.
Okay.
So I do remember that, but I can't remember him not ever being at a Thanksgiving for me. Unless the only thing I can remember would be, I don't know if Dad would remember, what did they run that when WWE ran that Starcade like live event? Was that
Charlotte they did that, or Greensboro?
I don't recall.
I think it was the weekend after. I think it was just a special live event, but I don't think it was Thanksgiving Day.
All right. Well, Daisy Mama is going to ask a food question. So we'll jump back towards food. This is what I love about Ask Arn Almost Anything is we get a variety. And she says, what are some specific foods that's local to where you guys live that you love to eat? Being from West Virginia, I love pepperoni rolls, ramps, and buckwheat cakes. Anything specific? Arn, your eyes are as big as saucers. Anything specific to you guys that might be more kind of in your area?
Well, I don't know if it's so much about the area, but holiday meals are different we just kind of, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we kind of isolate those 2 days off and we have like all our favorites. It's like we have a steak, prime rib, and lobster tails on Christmas. Double back to Thanksgiving, and it's always Aaron cooks a turkey. We get one of those hams from what's the place we get the ham from?
Sure.
Honey baked hams. We get the stuffed mushrooms. I love the deviled eggs. Aaron makes gravy. She makes where's some of the other stuff we have, son?
Green bean casserole, which is
green bean casserole.
Mashed potatoes, stuffing, dressing, that whole
Now
deal.
was
Dressing, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Now was the question more what's regional, like regional?
Yeah,
food?
like is there anything like more regional to you too, a type of food?
Yeah, I mean Nice's sausage, without a doubt. You got to have that in the fridge. You got to have, when you're out, if you're at a barbecue joint, Eastern style. There's 2 styles in North Carolina. Western's like the saucy sauce, thick sauce. Eastern's vinegar based.
Okay.
And North Carolina's more pork based, so more pig. So on your pulled pork, you get the vinegar based. That's live. Bojangles is king in this state, and I know they've started to spread out last probably 10 years, but that is king in this state. You can't go.
Do you have a go-to order, Brock?
You can't go to a Panthers tailgate without seeing a multitude of bow boxes.
Okay.
10-piece supreme, honey mustard. If you can find the Dijon honey mustard, they don't sell it at every place. That's superior to the regular.
This is awesome.
Cookouts, those are
yeah.
those are
Okay.
spread, but that's from here. Anything else, Pops? Anything locally?
We're all just getting hungry at this point.
Yeah, now I'm starving.